Okay, we're switching it up tonight. We're outside. Look how beautiful. So my mother's story today is about her wedding week, the week of her wedding.
The week before my wedding. Well, me and your father had broken up way before the wedding was set. We had called off the wedding 2 weeks before, and it was a massacre. All the invitations were out. We had to, forget it. It was a mess. But anyhow, so I had enough of this bullshit, and so I broke up with him. And I started dating this guy. I mean, it was nothing serious.
A week before your wedding?
No.
Oh.
When I broke up with your dad. Pay attention.
Okay, I'm trying to pay attention.
Okay. So, I mean, I dated him maybe all of 4 times.
I'm learning all this new shit.
And you know what? I wasn't into him. I mean, he was not my type, but he was pretty infatuated with me.
Imagine that.
Oh yeah. So,
had
and I
that
kept on
juice.
telling. His name was James. God rest his soul. He died now. So, I said, I can't see you anymore, and I didn't tell him I was getting married. So, he was working while he was going to college for a dealership, which was Mitch Eunice. And he comes up to the shop the week before the wedding with a convertible.
For you.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't own your shop. You were still working.
No, I was working in 100 Grand Avenue at Mr. DeSantis' building. So my customer
Everybody's working
said,
for $2.50 a hairdo, and here comes a convertible. For my mother.
well, wait a minute. One of my customers, she said, who's that guy out there? He's waving. I said, oh my God. I said, that's James. What the hell is he doing here? What? And so I went outside and I says, James, what are you doing here? He said, I'm bringing you a present. What is it? It's this convertible here. And I said, look, James, this is the wrong time and the wrong place. I happen to be getting married next week. He says, he said, well, you can still have the car. And I said, no. How am I going to explain that to my husband? Here's this guy. I said, that's impossible. You can't. You got to take this car back because I don't want anything of it. My customers were going, why don't you keep the goddamn car? And I said, no, I wasn't going to deal with my husband-to-be and tell him this guy bought me a car. No.
You didn't teach me none of this shit growing up, that's for sure. Wow. Delivered. Hand delivered. Here, take your convertible.
And even after I told him I was getting married, he said, that's a wedding present. You can have it. Well, he was well off.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
I know a lot of well-off people.
In any case, no.
Their arms are up here.
I couldn't accept it because it was, no.
We have pictures of her wedding album. We were going through it. My mother, how pretty she was. Wedding gown from Saks Fifth. Who bought you your wedding gown?
Me. Because I didn't want them to know that I paid $1,000 for that dress. This was back in the 60s. $1,000 from Saks Fifth Avenue. That was a lot of money. So
I
after,
thought Daddy bought your dress.
well, he finished to pay for it.
You picked it out, and then
Yeah.
he paid for it.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful they were.
That's my brother and my husband.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, I just got to show the grand finale part. Where did you have your wedding?
It's an MPI club on Plan 11.
Wow.
Good old Plan 11.
Look, this is Ziergande when he was little.
Yeah.
The bride and the groom kissing.
Oh, yeah. My Miguel.
You too. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Aw. Wait, I want to go through the whole thing. We might get pisando. This thing's so heavy. It's like, it weighs a ton. Wait, I'm just going to leave it right here. Aspetta un minuto. Let's just go through the rest of these
Yeah.
pictures.
Oh, that's my mama. Love my mother.
Let's put that down so we don't get a glare. Wait. Okay, we want to cut all the way to the end where you're crying.
Oh, yeah.
That's the part. I always used to think to myself, what's
Wait.
my mother crying for?
I was crying. This guy shows up. He was very much in love with me. Showed up at my wedding and wanted to take over.
And she was crying, and my father's consoling her.
Yeah, he's
Are you
carrying the
serious?
box with money.
A guy came to your wedding and what?
And he really liked me, but you know, he knew the whole time I was getting married. So he shows up at the wedding with his friend, not invited, and he asked Elle if he could dance with me, and Elle said yes. So he's on the dance
well, you
floor.
were
He's
married.
keeping me on the dance floor, and he's crying out loud. They had to take him out. They had to take him out of the hall, cause he was like beside himself.
No nookie though, huh?
No, get Nookie.
No.
The Nookie was with your
Imagine
dad.
that. Imagine that. A guy. You can't make this shit up. I swear to you.
no.
I like taping out here. This is really nice.
It is nice. It's nice and roomy. The fountain's on.